Hello Collective, it's Danny. I haven't been on for quite some time. I think it's just over 2 weeks now. I've been quite busy and not really in the right frame of mind to be doing readings. If I'm not feeling the best, I'm not going to come on here and preach to you guys what to be doing with your life and how to feeling. So I've had to just take that time to recollaborate myself, rebalance myself. My window's open, so you might hear some passing traffic. My dog as well, I've got a little blue staff, so he's currently licking. You might hear a bit of licking, a bit of tapping on the floor. He likes to do his own little thing. So, what actually really called me to come on and do a reading today is a lot of people not following what they believe. We can, and I myself have done this many, many times. I've let other people convince me that what I feel or what I think, what I believe is wrong or on a religious based concept type of thing, demonic. Now, I want to talk a bit about astral travelling. Everyone knows astral travel is real. Lucid dreaming, lucid dream walking. Now, astral travel is, again, like I said, a real thing. It's very real. The CIA declassified documentation explaining it how we can astral travel. Now everyone's got different ways, methods and techniques of tapping into that. But there's some people out there that are so vibrationally attuned, you don't need to do much. So someone on a high vibrational frequency could just lie in bed and you think you've slipped off into sleep, which you have, but you're so calm and you're still tapped in up here that you can be astral travelling, and it might pop up or look to you in your conscious mind like a dream. Now, one way you can tell if it's just a regular dream or if it's an astral travel experience is when you're in a dream, right, and you want to go off somewhere else, like, I don't know, trying to think of the best way to explain it. Right, my astral travel the other day, I was in someone's home, right? Knew where I was, knew the people, didn't do much talking, more observing. Was on a little bit of a healing mission to heal someone else. So I did that. Then I wanted to go home, and I thought, oh, I'll book a taxi. I'll book an Uber. So I got my phone, and I ordered this taxi. And like, on a normal experience of booking an Uber, you've got like a GPS tracking or something, like it looks like Google Maps, and you can see cars on the app. Well, I wanted to double check because I've many times booked an Uber to pick me up from where I want to go to drop me off where I am, like, I'll call them brain fart moments. Anyway, so I wanted to check I'd got the destination right to where I was going, and I wanted to come home. So I've looked at the map on the phone, but then I thought I want to actually look to see if it's the right house. So I've gone in, and the realm I was in, so like the house I was in, let's call it a realm, right? The realm kind of like, it was like this this kind of size, and a section of this realm melted, like just like melted out, and I could physically insert myself into that opening, like a portal opening, and I popped in my head, like inwards, right in, and I was just looking at the house. I looked at the I've got like a plaque with my door number on the wall, and I looked and I was like, yep, that's the right number of house, that's the right house. And on the corner of my house I've got some like it's got like an overcoat. So normally it would be bricks. This has got like an overcoat to make it look nice. Not that it does look nice, it's years old and it's damaged, but there's a big chunk of it that's like been knocked off. It was there before I moved in, still there now. Not really an outside fancy person, so I've never fixed it, and I could tell by the damage on the bottom of the corner of the wall, and the door number and the colour of my door, that I was in the right place. So that's how you're going to know that you're astral travelling, because the realm that you're in will disintegrate or melt and then reveal the next realm that you want to look at, like the next the only thing I can refer to it as is a portal, because it opens up and you can just go in. You don't need to fully submerge yourself in. I mean, you could do, then you'd be in that realm, you'd be in that atmosphere. So if you're experiencing any kind of astral travel, believe it. Don't let people say, oh no, then that's just a dream, that's just things that you pick up throughout your day that are no use. No. People that say that they've just probably not opened the third eye. They're probably not connected. They're probably, and I'm not going to say not on a high vibrational state, because I don't know what people were doing in their days. I'm focused on myself, kind of thing. But it is pretty well established and well known that to astral travel you need to vibrate high, like on a higher frequency. Not saying that you're walking around like a god or a goddess, but it does help if you're just very mindful of the way you treat people, the way you speak to people, the way you make people feel day to day when you're talking to them. So the people that are projecting onto you, oh no, that's just a normal dream, or that's nothing, pay no mind to that. Those are the type of people, and I guess I can say low vibrational, because everyone's got a life path, right? And everyone's got a purpose to fulfill on this earth. So your path might be to vibrate high, to tap into spiritual gifts, and one of them being astral travel. Now, I get told by a lot of people, oh, I can't astral travel, it's really hard to do that. If you're in the right, and as well, I will add, if you want it for the wrong reasons, if you want to achieve astral travelling for the wrong reasons, it's all about intention as well. So if you're, or someone right, not necessarily you, but we're talking about other people as well, if you're trying to attain the gift of astral travelling because you want to post about it all online and feel superior to other people, you're not going to obtain it. You're not going to do it, because it has to come from a self, from a state of good intentions. So if you wanted to astral travel because you wanted to help the collective learn how to astral travel, then you're more likely so gonna reach that state. You're gonna get there, basically. Whereas if you're doing it to show off, or to because your ego or whatever, or because you think, oh, I'll make loads of money, not gonna happen. It's just not the right vibration to be on. But astral travel, to me, it is a gift. Everyone can do it. It's about aligning, And I heard someone say, if you study, right, say, I'm going to use the same term. If you're studying maths and you've scored 90%, but you need 100% pass rate to get the qualification, right? But you only do 90% of the work, and then you go to your teacher or your lecturer or whatever it is, and you say, "Oh, just pass me on 110." Are they going to do it? Is it going to happen? No. Because you have to get the 100% to get the reward, and that's just the way it works. And it's the same with the gifts. So you've got to do the work. You've got to vibrate high to be able to obtain that, and it's got to come from a good place. Okay. Now, the reason I brought up astral travelling as well, again, I says everybody wants to do it. A lot of people struggle with being able to do it. Someone out there can astral travel, but you're not believing what you're seeing, or you're explaining your experiences to other people, and other people are downplaying what your eyes saw, what your conscious mind saw. So again, the ones that can't do it won't acknowledge it. The ones that can do it, let people talk them out of believing what they're doing. So follow yourself, follow your own intuition, believe what you see, okay? Everyone's got a life path, and as you've got, they say you've got like earth angels, right? People that run around the earth doing good things and helping people. Well, if you look at the laws of the universe, whatever's up must have down, and if it's cold, we must have hot, happy, sad, high, low, okay? So the scale, if there's earth angels, there's definitely earth demons or people that are on their path to stop you and hold you back and things like that. I strongly believe in things like that. Anyway, so yeah, believe what you're seeing, right? And another thing, you'll know when your gifts in that respect are heightening, because you'll start being able to lucid dream walk. Now, lucid dream walking is a whole another thing to astral travel, okay? So lucid dream walking is when you can wake up from that astral travel or that dream, do something, go back, and go straight back into it. Basically pick up where you left off. Also as well, when you come around, like a lot of people astral travel when they're asleep, right? When you come around, wake up, if you like. Sorry, my dog is licking again, if you can hear that, sorry. When you come around from that, so you wake up from that experience, you get what they call astral fuzz. So like you'll feel fuzzy in your head. Your eyes will still be trying to keep you in the waking 3D, but also throw you back into your dream. And you'll open your eyes and you'll see sections of your dream in your bedroom, like after you've woken up and come out of that trance-like state. So lucid dream walking is being able to go back and tap straight back into where you left off. So when you start doing that, that's when you know your gift is levelling up, okay? Anyway, let's move on. I've pulled 6 cards. We've got 3 minor and 3 major. We've got the 3 of Swords, the Page of Pentacles, the Knight of Swords, the Hanged Man, Death and Temperance. Now, the 3 of Swords indicates a time of pain and heartbreak. However, it encourages you to use the pain as a lesson learned. Accept the loss, release the pain, and move on with and put the past behind you. Heartache, grief, and love triangles. Now, with the Three of Swords, it's saying heartache, grief, and love triangles, but in the past. Okay, so that card is kind of encouraging you to move on from what's happened. The answer for that card would be a no. So if you had a question on the first card, it would be a no. We've got the element of air. So this might even be referring to when I was talking about astral travel. If you're talking to people about your experiences and they're like, and I'm going to use the term, and I probably shouldn't, but I'm going to use it anyway, gaslighting. If they're gaslighting you to not believe what you're seeing or feeling or hearing, that person is not aligned with your path. Okay, so it might be a case of you needing to cut off certain people to elevate yourself. Okay, everybody's a lesson. Some souls we meet, they're lessons, and some are blessings. And it's the blessings those are the people you want to keep around you, people that elevate you. Even if if someone comes to me and says, "Oh, I've been seeing this, I've been seeing that," and I never believed in none of it, I would still be a safe space for that person to speak on them things because it's bothering them. So heartache, grief, and love triangles. If you find yourself within a love triangle, come away. Love is two components becoming one. Okay, not three. Absolutely not three. If the fact that someone would try and put you in a love triangle is disrespectful anyway. You deserve love. You deserve all the love one person has to offer, not sharing it out with other people, if that makes sense. And that's also like, to keep yourself in that situation, just like slapping yourself in your own face. Imagine it like a dinner. You've got a dinner, and that to be fully energised and in a good state of mind, you've got to eat all of that dinner for you. It's for you. It's been prepped for you. It's for your body. You're going to take half of it and give it to someone else, knowing that it's going to leave you feeling hungry, empty, demotivated. Your health will be at risk, because you've not had your nutrients for that day. Think of it like that. You're not supposed to be getting half of anything or sharing what's supposed to be yours. So if something's for you, it's supposed to be for you, not for you to then share with someone else. So if someone's going to come and like put you in a love triangle, you need to leave, because it's disrespectful. Secondly, we can talk about STDs, and I don't just mean sexually transmitted diseases. There's also sexually transmitted demons. I believe in that a lot. You can't give up your body to everybody, because people carry trauma within them. They can hide it as much as they want out the mouth and out their actions, but when you lay with someone and you wake up the next day and you think, "Oh, I feel crap," yeah, you feel crap because they've just shared and offloaded onto you. Okay, so never keep yourself in a situation where you've got to give a part of yourself. You always should stay true to yourself. Never let people disrespect you. Yep, people can say silly things and you can have the choice to just walk away. That's absolutely fine. But when it comes to love triangles, you've got to know that you deserve better. Okay. respect as well, because if a person respects you, they wouldn't do that, you know. And I had to learn that the hard way growing up. I used to think, oh, I'll forgive them, you know. It's good to forgive people and move on. Yeah, it is. Yeah, 100%. It's good to forgive people and move on. But if that person has disrespected you like that, they don't respect you. And if you don't respect the person you claim to love, do you really love them, or do you just need them in your life? You know, because sometimes a person, like a negative low vibrational person, will stay in a high vibrational person's life because they enjoy what comes. Like you could literally be someone's good luck charm, and they reap the benefits of your soul. Do you understand? So 100%, if you're in that situation, come away from it. The next one is the Page of Pentacles, which indicates you having big dreams, a strong enthusiastic desire to make those dreams come true. Perhaps you're starting a new project, a new job. To achieve your goals, approach your tasks pragmatically and keep your feet on the ground. Dreams, enthusiasm, opportunity. So again, referring to the first one. There you go. It says it right there. Okay. Opportunities, enthusiasm and dreams. So again, opportunity for you is there. You've got dreams that you want to focus on and obtain. But with the Three of Swords, it's going to hold you back, okay? So, and this one, this answer for this card is a yes. So if you've placed a question on this card before listening, it's a yes. And it's an earth element. Sorry, my nose is itchy. I do apologise. The Page of Pentacles, it's quite youthful, young energy. Might be yourself, you know. Opportunities, they're not even that hard to come across, okay? So everyone's got their own life path. And when we talk about the frequencies again, say in your plan, your agreement before you came was to, I don't know, be a dancer, right? A famous dancer, or performing arts, or some stuff like that, yeah. And you was aligning on that vibration. You would meet people on your life path to elevate you to that end goal. So to say there's no coincidences, you know. You're going to be faced with opportunities where you can take, it might not be the end goal. There you go, there's your end goal. It doesn't work like that, but you're aligning to it, okay? So someone might come into your life and say, oh, I've got this position, you know, it's unpaid to start with. It's a dance group, you know. It's unpaid to start with. But it could lead to a paid position, and you say, oh no, I ain't doing that. When the universe has offered you that stepping stone, you've flicked it away like, nah, don't want it. So then that opportunity then goes to someone else, and then 10 years down the line, 5 years down the line, you see that person's got exactly where you wanted to be, because the universe gave you a stepping stone, and you was like, no, I don't want it. So see the opportunities that come and arise for you and jump on them. It might not be the end goal straight away, you know, but life path is a life path. It's not instant. It's a workable, it's an obtainable goal through work of that person living that life path, okay? And I've done unpaid work before. I've done unpaid work quite a few times. And now I've got a decent job. I've got a nice job. And again, enthusiasm, be enthusiastic, exactly what I just said. Look, opportunities will arise and you'll think, oh no, I don't want that. But you've got to be enthusiastic about things. You've got to see the bigger picture, okay? You could pick up a stone and think, oh, this is useless, throw it, it bounces off the footwall, it cracks open, it's a crystal, a really expensive crystal, you know? That's how you need to think about things. We've got the Knight of Swords. The answer for this card, if you've got a question on this card, is a yes. It's the element of air. You are strong, driven and ambitious, and perhaps embarking on new ventures. However, do not do so in haste. Where you are focused on your goals, you are blind to obstacles. Action, ambition, determination. Okay, so we know you're ambitious. We know you're going to obtain some kind of fortune from whatever you choose to do. There is going to be opportunities, but it's telling you not to be blind to obstacles. So them obstacles, meaning from the second card we just read, someone could offer you something and you're like, no, I don't want it. That could be you, okay? Not seeing the obstacles, and with obstacles all you got to do is run and jump over them. So don't mess up your own blessings by being a bit focused on having everything right now rather than working to everything that you actually want and you deserve. So again, being mindful when you're on your little path, when you're on your life path. I shouldn't say little path, it's demeaning. When you're on your life path, which is very important, make sure that you're seeing things for what they are, okay? Don't look at a cocoon and think, oh, that's ugly, because the cocoons, they burst out into beautiful butterflies, you know? So look at every step as one step closer. Think of your life path as some steps, right? Going up, elevating higher. Every time you climb a step, you're one step closer to that final goal of what you've got in mind. So that final goal is here, you're here, or maybe you're here, and you've got to keep climbing them steps, okay? And then you get the prize at the end, which is the final end goal that you obtain, what you set out to do. So if you wanted to be a famous dancer, or you wanted to be the greatest astral traveller ever in the world, a nurse, there's so many things that people can do, you know, but whatever it is that you want to do, there's ways and means of doing it. And to just expect everything to just be right there in a bag, there you go. You know, our careers and our life paths, it's not something you can just go and pick up at Tesco for $3.99. You know, you've got to work towards it, okay? Action, ambition, determination. Yeah, you are determined, and the fact that the determination's here is telling me that you will obtain it, you will get there. But to just be mindful on the opportunities that come to you. Make sure you're seeing the opportunity for the full extent of what it is. Don't think like, oh yeah, I don't want that. You know, because by saying you don't want that, you might change the course of your own life path. The Hanged Man. Sorry, my nose is itching again. The Hanged Man. The answer on this one is a maybe. It depicts a pictura, I don't even know what that word means, a shameful image of a traitor being punished in a manner common at the time for traitors in Italy. He's hanging upside down, viewing the world from a completely different perspective, and his facial expression is calm and serene, suggesting that he's in this hanging position by his own choice. Okay, so this is giving me that you might be like sacrificing parts of yourself, and you need to look at yourself or your life path with a new lens. Like, change the perspectives of the way you look at things and see things, okay? Again, referring to the first few cards you had. The love triangle situation, heartache, grief. You deserve better. That new perspective of, I deserve better, you're going to get better. The second one with the opportunities, saying, oh, I don't want that. Different perspective. It's one step closer to what you actually do want. And the third one, which was the obstacles. Okay, be mindful of obstacles. It might not be what you want right now, but it leads up to what you want, and you will get what you want. So a new perspective or a new way of looking at things could help you massively obtain what you want to do. Okay, the Hanged Man is also like, for me, it's a state of resting, rejuvenation, seeing the light where you might not think there is any, and the fact that he's upside down, you know, if you're upside down, right, whatever you might be feeling when you're upside down, you can flip it. You can flip that. So it also talks about suspension as well. So suspension could be your feelings. You know, you could feel like your life is suspended even, but it's not. Again, life paths, they're life paths for a reason, and whatever you're going through, you signed up for this before you came here. But we've all got free will, okay? So you could be suspended or feel suspended, but you've got the opportunity and the resources to flip that around. This is a water sign, a water element card. And there's a number 12. So it could be a case of you working on yourself for the next 12 months and thinking completely different. I don't think like 12 months is a long time to just change how you feel, okay? Because it's not that long, you know, it's not that long. I mean, if we look at the time from we're born to the time that we can fluently have a conversation, it's what, good 2-3 years? 4 years even for some. So perspective is important. I would also as well look at the people you have around you for this one, because I think from the first card we spoke about, and when we were speaking about the astral travelling and the lucid dream walking, sometimes the people that you have in your life can really get in your head and kind of poison your mind, and we need to not let people do that. We need to have our thoughts and our feelings and trust in them and believe them. Okay? The next one is death. I've just noticed your bottom cards are 12, 13, 14. So that again, for me, confirms the steps. Like, you are on steps. Your life path is a staircase right now. And you're on the right track, but you need to probably just clean up your thought process of how you're thinking. Because when we talk about manifestation as well, you can manifest things for yourself by thinking negatively. I know, when I was younger, I used to say to my mum, like, how do I know that when I get older I'm going to meet like a really bad person, like a really evil person? How do I know this ain't going to happen? And I used to sit there worrying and think, and I'd say to my mum, how do I know that when I get older I'm going to be able to like have a job and I'm going to pay all my bills and stuff like that? And I was a proper worrier. You know, every single thing I was worrying about actually happened. So I manifested a really crap time for myself, and you do not want to do that. You do not want to do that. So try and keep your thoughts clean and positive. And I'm not talking like that toxic negativity where, you know, you fall down the stairs, break your neck and you jump up smiling, because but you know, it's choosing to change how you think. So I know some techniques where people have used like the resetting program, and that say like they'll having say they're having like bad thoughts or things keep spinning in the head, and they're getting fed up of it. They don't want it. So the negative thought will pop in, and then they'll be like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then insert a positive thought or remember a good memory that was positive, and try that. I've tried that, it does work. So the death card, not what we think it is. It's not like you're going to drop down dead and whatever, end of your life path. It doesn't work like that. Death can be the end of thinking negative. It can be the end, like for instance, the last one we spoke about, the last couple of cards, where you could be faced with an opportunity and you're like, no, I don't want that. It could be death to that way of thinking, death to thinking that something's pointless, something's useless, I don't need to be doing that. Because you do. Because that by doing that, you get one step closer. Okay, so again, your life path is a staircase. You're one step closer to obtaining that end goal. So it could be an end to old ways of thinking and the beginning of new ways of thinking, okay? And especially if you're going to use the reprogram technique of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then insert good memory, insert positive thought. So that could be death to an old way of thinking, or sometimes we can, you might be hungry as well, but right now, okay, my tummy's rumbling, hunger pangs and rumbling, so you could be hungry, just putting that in there, and that might be confirmation that this reading's for you if you are in fact hungry. So this talks about bringing change and thinking differently, like that last card, perspective on things, changing your perspective and the way you think and the way you might feel about things. That could be, also it could be death to old habits, like I know that like a good 10 years ago I was smoking cigarettes, I was smoking weed, and not just, when I say smoking, that like stuff, it wasn't like a weekend, it was every day, every single day, because I'd rather be there than be here. And a death to behaviour like that is a good one, okay? Haven't touched it in years, and I used to think that it helped me, but it didn't. It kept me feeling sorry for myself, not doing the things I needed to do to get the life I wanted. I was sitting there feeling sorry for myself. Then there you go, belly's rumbling crazy, you need to eat. Lost my train of thought there. But yeah, it could be a death to doing things that no longer serve you for your higher good, like your higher purpose, your higher self. It could be bad diet, not eating until you're absolutely ravenous, starving. It could be the thought process of thinking negatively, or it could be in the case of the opportunities coming and you're like, no, I don't want that, because it ain't what you want. Totally. So I would say it's not, for me in this reading, for whoever I'm reading for, it's not illness, it's not a death coming, it's nothing like that. It's all about change. So our sixth card, speedy. Our sixth card is Temperance, and Temperance is bringing balance, patience and moderation into your life. You are being invited to stabilise your energy and allow the life force to flow through you without force or resistance. It's time to recover your flow and get your life back in order and into balance. Now that just confirms the whole read. The answer on this card is yes. The element is fire. So everything that we've spoken about in this reading This last card confirms it, okay? Managing your thoughts, managing your feelings, appropriately managing the opportunities that are given to you by the universe. Because again, like I said, if the universe thinks, right, I'm ready to level up Danny, yeah, I'm Danny, and then they give me this opportunity, and then I'm like, yeah, I want all that glittery gold stuff, but I don't want that, because it ain't as good as what I want. You know, I know what I want and I'm going to get it. They're not offering you a downgrade, okay? They're offering you a stepping stone to step on to that next step to get that glittery gold, okay? Before you can eat gold, you got to chew on some silver. So that's all about managing you as a person, okay? Get rid of the old, get rid of any low vibrational energy that's around you, okay? I always use low vibing people to learn from, and by learning from, let them mess up and you take that lesson. Like, I ain't going to do that. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to say that. You know? Balance your life where you need to. But you still need to eat, because my belly, like, you need to eat. And think about the food you're going to eat as well. I'm not going to preach about diet to people, but food's important to us, okay? When you don't eat, you feel like absolute crap. You feel like crap. So food is important in this reading. For whoever it's for, food is important. Think about what you're eating. Try and stay away from processed foods. I know sometimes it's easier to bang something like a ready meal in the oven. Like, don't talk to me about microwaves. I hate microwaves. Have got one, don't use it. It's there for show. The whole British kitchen has to have a microwave. But yeah, I don't like processed foods. When I eat processed foods, it really messes up my tummy. I can feel it for days after. I'm not so good with bread. That might be an important thing for you. Maybe you're a bit intolerant of some foods. I'm definitely intolerant. I'm very sensitive. I can't even eat meat. Meat bloats me. I feel like I'm dragging myself. You know, but I'm not going to get on here and preach to people about, oh, you must be vegan, you must be vegetarian. No, because I'm not the judge and jury of everybody else. I only do what's right for me. Okay? So definitely have better management on your eating, your food, okay? So this adds up to a 39, so you could be 39, approaching 40. Yeah. So I think that's a good read. I'm going to tap into some 2 seconds. I will be back in a sec. Right, sorry I'm back. Urgent toilet meeting. Just sprung up out of nowhere. So if you're holding in your wee, go to the toilet. Right. I'm going to get some... I've got this deck. This deck's really good, you know. I bought this off Temu. No, it wasn't Temu, sorry, Shein. Now I know a lot of the decks on Shein, they're fake, but they still work, okay? You work off intuition. Like, some people read the actual meanings, or I use intuition, so I'll pull the card, and whatever I get here, I'll speak out, okay? I've also got the Kipper deck, a little mini one, because I can't have... I've got, what's the tea deck? Now look at the deck, it's the original deck. Look at the size of the deck in my hand. I struggle to shuffle big decks. So hence why I got the mini version of the Kipper. It's tiny. It's not that tiny, but it's big enough for my hands. I'm only petite, I'm only 5 foot. Maybe 5'1", but I'd say more so 5 foot. I've got tiny hands. I'm quite small. Anyway, I'm going to pull some of these Kipper cards, see what's going on. I did pre-shuffle, but I'm just going to shuffle again. Okay. Right, so I think we was on the money with around 39, touching 40 age for the woman. Well, for a feminine energy, because I am getting feminine energy on this read, but energy's energy, so don't take it as gospel like. So we've got a main male, message, mature woman, and family room. Main male. Main male. This energy has definitely got multiple people around him. You can see the multiple pictures in the background. Okay. Can't actually make out that image, but one of the pictures in the back, one looks like a rat. But it looks well dressed, formal, attire type looking guy. This man could be maybe 35. Given it's a formal man and he's got lights around his head. Can you see the light shade? And he's got another lamp. This man is knowledgeable, okay, he's enlightened. This might not be the man. This could be someone who's got information for you, not the person from the start of the read, not the love triangle type of energy. It could be a complete different person. This person could be bringing you information, illuminating what's going on around you, bringing messages. It could be an email, a letter, a phone call, a text message. This man could be 35, or the message could be coming in 8 minutes, 8 days, 8 weeks, 8 months. We've got a mature woman, which could be yourself. Again, the 39, touching 40 age. Nothing wrong with being 40, I'm 41. Very beautiful. Very like, I don't want to say rich, I don't like the word rich. And I like the word posh, because it's like upper is like kind of like hierarchy, like I'm better than you. I don't like terms like that. I'm going to say gifted. And not gifted in the hierarchy sense, gifted as in tapped in, okay? Now, everyone has got their own interpretations, but I'm working on intuition, not what the book says, okay? This is a lady who's quite tapped in, but I'm going to say you're quite suspicious of things. You definitely have opportunities coming. You're definitely tapped in. And you give like a royal kind of energy. There's a royal energy about you. You're fruitful. There's growth. There's a lot of growth actually in self. there's a lot of growth and a lot of wealth in these. And the reason I'm saying that is look at the flowers and the plants. So we've got flowers, plants and flowers. We've got silver. Look at the room. Look at the room. Full of wealth. You might have some passed on loved ones keeping an eye on you, protecting you. And we've got fire again. There's a fire in someone's soul. That could be the determination that we was talking about from the previous cards. Knowledgeable. And I say knowledgeable because there's books. There's 2 bookcases in these pictures. In fact, that looks like the same bookcase. See there? We've got a bookcase. And then we've got a bookcase here. It's exactly the same. And they're both full of books. And what are books full of? Wisdom and knowledge. And knowledge is power. So you could like reading. So the main male, his fire is covered. His fire, the fire in him is hidden, but it's there. Your fire is on display. His fire is hidden. Okay? I don't know whether to pull one more. Let's get one more. From this deck anyway. Well, message of concern, okay? Message of concern. So message of concern is basically what it says it is. It's a message that could be concerning or alarming or life-changing, okay? This is going to be illuminated to you but whatever it is, don't let it steer you off your path, okay? The message might come in from, and I know this sounds obviously stupid thing to say, but it could be coming from a woman, it could be coming from a man, because we've got this main man, and the message of concern is from a woman. So it could be linking back to the first set of cards that we did, where we says about a love triangle, and you might know that you're in a love triangle, you might not know that you're in a love triangle. But if you are and you don't know, you're going to know, okay? Because a message of concern would be to find out that you're in a love triangle. No one wants to be in that. So that's confirmation on the first card that we did on at the start of the reading. Don't let this message of concern, all this information that gets illuminated to you, throw you off balance or throw you off course, okay? Because remember, at every level there's devils, okay? So when you're going higher into that love path, you're going to have people that try to steer you back or pull you back a little bit, and this little tactic is kind of exactly that, okay? You shouldn't, I can't say you shouldn't be bothered about a love triangle, finding out you're in some love triangle, because obviously it's painful, especially if you really love that person, you've really like invested money, time and energy into that person, whether it be over 10 weeks or 20 years, you know. It's not going to be a nice feeling, but you can get over it. You can definitely move on from it. And remember as well, I'm a strong believer in, when you're with someone and that person's the wrong person for you, you're with Mr. Right, Mr. Wrong stopping Mr. Right coming. So dropping Mr. Wrong gives that space and that doorway for Mr. Right to come in. Obviously there's going to be a healing process to go through first, that's inevitable. But you've got fire all over this reading. And a fire is that determination to move forward. Okay? Right, I'm going to do these What's the Tea cards. I actually love these cards. Oh, we've got a flyer. Hooked. So someone could be hooked on your energy, or you could be hooked on someone else's energy. This could be someone hooked on your energy because you're intuitive. This could be a broken person. Could be a water sign. The fruits of this person is rotten. They bring nothing but rot. Dead weights. Chains being held back. Let's get another one. It's a broke bum bum. This person has nothing. That's probably why they're hooked on you. All they bring is toxicity, rotted fruits, chains being held back. You need to drop this person. This person is going to hinder your life path. They're going to take from you rather than help you elevate. They're going to pull you back and take every little bit. Say, look, every day you find a gold nugget, they're going to grab that nugget and just bite into it. Okay? This is the kind of person where you'd save up money in your living room or your house or your bedroom or something, and then when you're not looking, they'll be taking chunks out of it. And that's probably helping you look for it. Grudge holder. So this person could probably potentially hold grudges against you because of the blessings you've got, because of the course of life, the life course you've got, the actions you take. I actually remember as well, I was doing so well at one time. And I'm a very open person. Like, if I trust that person or I love that person, I'll talk. You know, like overkill. And I was in a time in my life, it was quite prosperous, I was doing well for myself. But I'd got certain views about... and... Right? And I was working for a certain company, I won't say SERCO. And I had very strong views on their management team because of the things I was seeing them doing when we're going through a pandemic. And the management was doing some things I don't agree with. So I was taking pictures and sticking it online and exposing them for it. And someone on my team, my life path, decided, let me phone up Danielle's work and tell them that she's posting these things. And I lost my job, right? So not everyone that smiles in your face is your friend, okay? Some people can hold grudges because you just know things. You know, you can spot crappy vibes, low vibes, you know, when you're having a good time dancing and that friend's like, you'll pick that up. People get jealous over things like that, you know, but they're not going to say it to your face. They're going to do it behind your back and play in your face like they're your friend. So yeah, that person's holding grudges, whoever that is. Could be a friend, could be this energy that's sneaky. Get another one. Oh. So you are going to kick this energy out of your life. Ain't doo-doo. Trying to like mask my words. Can you see that? She's kicking this energy out. That's potentially you. She's kicking the picture, kicking the rose. She's got all this stuff packed. So If you're not already fed up, you're going to get fed up with this energy and boot him or boot her. You've had enough. Or this could be the third party. This could be the third wheel in the love triangle that's angry and fed up. Okay? But I'm getting that it's you. Yeah, I'm saying you. She's kicking the person out. Right, let's get one more. Groupie. This could be a person that likes to be the centre of attention. Okay. It doesn't mean sleeping with 10 different people. It could mean that. But I'm getting that this person just likes to be the centre of attention. Likes to keep their options open maybe a little bit. And you know that this person... Okay? And you're gonna boot them out maybe. Let's do another one. Got really interesting towards the end of the read. I mean, I'm like 0101. Oh, duality, doubles, balance. I just want to say, I do have a proper camera. Okay? Don't know how to use it. So I have to wait to get... I need to enhance my knowledge on how to use technology because I used to be really good on technology at one point, but then phones come out. And I lost it all because they say what you don't use you lose, and literally so. So I need to. I've got a speaker as well, like a microphone. I need to learn how to use them because I think it'll be a lot better than what I'm doing at the moment. I know the picture's a bit dull and it looks old, but and I know the volume's not the greatest, so it will come in time. But I have got kids, pets and jobs and things and my own stuff. Oh. Also as well, before I get into this other card, there's a really good couple of videos online, meditation videos, and they're under the titles of Release DMT releasing the pineal gland and in blah blah blah. Those are some really, really good videos to expand your third eye, your crown, if that's what you want to do. I would definitely suggest doing that, okay, because me, like 15, 20 years ago, if I'd found out someone cheated on me or done me dirty, I would be so upset. Won't be able to eat, won't be able to think straight, you know. These meditation videos bring you so much peace and so much harmony and tranquil. Definitely look into it, okay? Not only because it gives you that, but it also, if you're not going through crappy situations that happen, it prepares you to deal with them better, okay? That's what I find anyway. I could, if I didn't meditate for months and months and months and then something happened, I'd think, oh my god, gosh, it's the end of the world, so oh my god, how am I going to cope with this? But meditation is like a shield of armour, okay? So you find things better to deal with, it's easier to cope with, it doesn't hurt as much. You kind of half-heartedly expected it, because you know, you can love someone to the end of the earth, but they've got their own life path, they've got their own free will. So it don't matter whether you're twin flames, and those don't mean twin flames, cause not going to go there. But you could be so close to someone, so bonded, so connected, and you don't know what they've got going on here, and you don't know what devils and other opportunities that might be placed in front of them when you're not together, you know. And talking of that, this next card, always partying, shots every weekend, no time for you, party first, love later. So you're like last resort for this person. I know how that feels, I've been there. When it comes to any relationship that's like love, invested like a partnership, yeah? You could say twin flames. I don't like the twin flame journey. The twin flame journey for me is two people that mirror each other. You absolutely ruin each other. Then you separate, and then if you do the healing, you come back together. But me, no. Once you do me dirty, there's no coming back. I can forgive you, but there's no coming back. You ain't having a second chance at ripping me up. So this person's a party animal, and again, groupie. Always broke. Grudge holder. Hooked. Messages. Messages concern. They all tie together, okay? I'm going to do one last one. I know I keep saying that. One last one and we're done. Because we're on over an hour. Oh, I said one last one and two shot out. Right, we've got spiritual hater. Okay, so if you're a spiritual person, I was going to say spiritual being, but obviously we're all spiritual beings. It's whether we tap into it or not. Spiritual hater. Mad that you're glowing up. Thinks your magic's fake. This person likes low vibes only. So they're into some very... I'm not going to say black magic and voodoo and all that stuff, because you know low vibes doesn't mean that. Low vibes can just be low vibrational. Loves drinking, loves partying, loves reckless, sex. Did I say drugs? Anything that makes you feel crap, this person's like really all up into that stuff, okay? Thinks your magic is fake. So again, from the first couple of cards, when we talk about astral travel and saying that people can hold you back, blah 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 blah, you should be able to speak safely to the people you're connected with about things. Like if you're talking to someone and explaining to someone that you've had this experience with lucid dreaming or astral travelling, that person should love and respect you enough to allow you to say those things and elaborate on your feelings and your thoughts about that experience, okay? Whether they agree or disagree is irrelevant, okay? You have a connection, so therefore you should be able to reach out to your own people. So if you can't reach out to your own people, maybe they're not your people. Well, in fact, not maybe, 100%, 1,010%, they're not your people, okay? They're Klingons, and that can be a friendship, a work colleague friendship, it could be a family member, and I'm not into labels. I don't care if you're my mum, my dad, my grandma. If you make me feel less than, you mock me, you make me feel stupid, or you do distasteful actions against me, you're gone. A life path is a life path. And I'm very aware that we sign up to everything we're going to go through before we incarnate on earth. So I can look and think, right, you're a karmic, you're a lesson, okay? Do the same. Put people where they need to be. If you need to cut them off, cut them off. They'll just get replaced with a high vibrational person, okay? Spiritual hater. Jelly belly. Then we've got threatening, paraplays, controlling presence, and you feel unsafe. If you feel unsafe around anyone, right, get rid of them. If you want extra precautionary actions, yeah, get a camera installed on your house. Okay? I did. I had someone message me before saying, I can't wait for you to get what's coming for you. I was like, well, what's coming for me? He told me to go and get my cards and find out. So I was like, alright then, big man. I'll get a camera, put a camera up, no recording nothing because I get caught doing it. And I've actually got someone coming to my, on record, coming to my house at like, I think it was the 3:15 in the morning. You must be crazy if you think I'm opening the door at 3:15 a.m. to some guy I've never met in my life. Like, guys don't knock my door. I'm not answering that door. Intuition, use it. If you feel unsafe, get a camera installed. Therefore, if anything happens, no one can say, oh, she's necking that up, or he's lying, or she's lying, and you've got proof that these things happened, okay? And the more proof and more evidence you've got 111 on the timer, the more proof you've got, the more evidence you've got, the more action. If you need to get the police involved, the police have got more to go on, okay? Content, evidence. So, always put your safety first. You know, if this person's really that much of a see you next Tuesday, just get rid. There's no need to keep people in your life like that. You know, they're going to cause more damage. They're certainly not going to elevate you. If anything, a person like that is going to do everything in their power to stop you obtaining what you're supposed to obtain. This person's very jealous. They can't do it for themselves, so they're trying to stop anybody else that potentially can do it. And again, people might see the potential in you and just not like it, okay? Right, I'm going to call it a day. I'm going to put the read to an end because we're a whole hour and 12 minutes in. I hope you like the reading. I'm still not yet doing personal readings for the public. But as soon as I do, I will let everyone know. I'll put all the information in the description box, so just keep checking. Well, actually, you don't even need to waste your time, keep checking, because I'll let you know. Okay, I hope you enjoy the reading, and above all, make sure you're safe, okay? Which I think you will be, because you've got intuition, so you're not stupid, okay? Always use discernment when dealing with other people. Always, again, like I says, always put your safety first, you know. You're not obliged to open doors to people. You're not obliged to do anything that you don't want to do, okay? So stay safe, stay grounded, keep meditating, take opportunities as they come, and you'll be absolutely fine, okay? You're going to get to your end goal, okay? Just don't let others bring you back. Don't let devils hold you back. I call them devils. They're not literal devils, but you know what I mean. Earth angels and earth demons. Don't let people hold you back, drag you back, pull you back, pull you in a swamp. You know what you got to do? Go for that, okay? And again, stay safe, stay calm, and eat some food. Take care, guys. Bye bye.